after you pass a law, you have to go through a regulatory process to develop the rules. Where are you with that?
A judge struck down one of the proposed rules. Department of Health takes our bill and they go through a series of workshops and they issue a proposed rule. And the rule was challenged by 2 nurseries, and the judge agreed with the nurseries and said, look, DOH, they have exceeded the rulemaking authority that was given to them by the legislature. The most contentious part of DOH's rule was a lottery process, and their method for awarding these 5 licenses to be able to cultivate, distribute, and manufacture this non-euphoric oil, basically, they wanted to award them by lottery, and the DOH, they exceeded their boundaries, and that wasn't exactly what we intended when we passed that law.
So will this issue of Charlotte's Web and basically how it will be administered be back before the legislature this year?
I think there's a lot of interest from lawmakers, certainly to get it right. And we recognize, look, we had 1 year, in essence, to educate lawmakers, to get them enough up to speed on this issue where they could feel comfortable going home and talking with their constituents about this, and also casting a vote. So the interest is there, and I think there is a inclination to fix it and to do it right. What that means, though, certainly you have 120 state house members with very different perspectives and different constituencies, but nonetheless I do think we have an obligation to take that feedback and make sure that whatever we give these patients is safe, effective, and affordable too.
The advocates for medical marijuana, more generally speaking, for Amendment 2, which failed to pass, said that they're going to be back. They're going to be back in force during the legislative session, and if nothing can come out of that, that they're going to bring it back before the people in the 2016 session. What kind of landing will they get, do you think, or hearing will they get if they take that proposed amendment, even in changed form, to the 2015 session?
Well, one of the biggest issues is the money. And I believe that one of the reasons why Amendment 2 was not successful, I heard from my constituents, and it really scared people when you see individuals doing, let's say, a cannabis college or talking about how much money they can make. You cannot pass a health policy amendment or an initiative without having input from the patient population and from physicians. That's got to be key, and that's got to be a cornerstone for anything that moves forward. So I think rather than having a trial lawyer from Orlando be the one to drive that debate and drive that policy, as we craft any type of health policy, you have got to have the science and you've got to have the physicians and patients there. And those key components, I believe, were largely absent in the debate and in the campaigns.